Toronto's LGBTQ community demanding answers tonight after a 30-year-old black trans woman died while in the care of police. Now, this comes after growing concerns over how police handle investigations involving people in crisis, particularly those from marginalized communities.
Time and time again, we are let down by the institutions that are designed to serve and protect.
Toronto's 519 calling to question an incident that happened on October 26th when officers were called to an apartment building near Bellamy Road and Eglinton Avenue for reports of a break-and-enter. According to police, officers arrived and determined there hadn't been a break-and-enter, but rather a person in crisis. That's when police took the woman to hospital, where she later died.
What transpired, we don't know. And, this is where we are again. If organizations like the 519, if other grassroots organizations and other community leaders aren't intervening and demanding that we hold institutions publicly accountable, these answers will never become public.
The Special Investigations Unit has now taken over the case. But right after the incident took place, the SIU put out a news release misgendering the woman, something the 519 says there's no excuse for. The SIU says they were waiting to get in touch with the family of the deceased before making the correction.
That was a big push in relation to the advocacy that we're doing, is that until you reached out to until you made contact with the family or not, the news release could have been amended to be gender neutral. This is not the way that we want to remember someone who was so deeply loved within our community.
Earlier today, the SIU released this statement that reads in part, "In an abundance of caution, the SIU made the attempt to confirm this information with the deceased next of kin. Investigators were finally able to connect with the family this afternoon, and the unit can now confirm that the deceased in this case is a trans woman." The incident now gaining attention on social media, with many using the hashtag #TPSWhatHappened, including Toronto councillors Kristen Wantam and Mike Layton, all demanding transparency and accountability and for police to provide more information about the circumstances that led to the death of the black trans woman.
If we don't hold these institutions and these governing bodies accountable for their investigations, how long until we're in the exact same position, whether that's a few weeks, maybe even a few days or a few months, until we read another similar news release and we have another senseless loss of life from someone within our communities.
The 519 says they have chosen not to identify the woman at this time. The SIU says they're continuing to investigate. Melissa Nakhavoly, City News.